And joining us in studio now is Dr. Eytan Cohen Yanarocak, Turkey analyst at the Moshe Dayan Center at Tel Aviv University. Great to have you back, Hi.
Thank you.
What are Turkey's ultimate aims there in the Eastern Mediterranean, and how far are they willing to go to achieve them?
Well, the name of the game here is the brinkmanship policy. Mr. Erdogan, in order to maximize his own interests at home, he is not hesitating to launch this brinkmanship policy vis-a-vis Greece. From my personal perspective, I really don't think that both of the countries will engage in a real fight. From my understanding,
in a real military
fight, and they will only, they will only going to do this in a limited manner. Mr. Erdogan is enjoying a very, public support whenever he's engaging in a diplomatic crisis with a non-Muslim country. And even if this non-Muslim country is Greece, Armenia, or Israel, so he is, multiplying this public approval more and more. Nowadays, he's trying to divert the public attention from the coronavirus crisis, from the unemployment, and from the unprecedented devaluation of the Turkish lira vis-a-vis dollar. So therefore, as we also witnessed, a few weeks ago, we all witnessed to the conversion of the Hagia Sophia, the Orthodox cathedral, the museum, into a mosque. So each week he's taking a very bold step, and today he made this crucial statement from the battleground of the Manzikert battle, where the historic battle between the Seljuk Empire and the Byzantine Empire took place. So from his perspective, he delivered a very crucial message, and he made some metaphors. In 1071 we defeated you, and today this is again, the Eastern Mediterranean is the new battleground of Manzikert, so we will not think twice and we can defeat you again. But again, I would like to emphasize, from my perspective, these harsh statements, I don't think that they will lead us to a full-scale war.
All right, not a bluff, but not a full-out
Erdogan makes it very clear that Turkey is very serious, and they are not going to withdraw from their own position, given the fact that only the last week the Turkish administration declared that they found another important gas bounty in Black Sea. So this basically, for many people, they thought that maybe a Turkish position will be more softer, but
so far no sign of that.
No.
All right. Well, so you mentioned Erdogan trying to provoke confrontation with other non-Muslim nations. You mentioned Israel. There certainly was a provocative step this week by Turkey, hosting members of Hamas there, giving them the honor treatment there in Turkey. Maybe in part a response to that treaty between Israel and the UAE.
Yes, unfortunately, we have seen what we have seen. From Turkey's perspective, Hamas is I'm quoting, is a democratically elected body from Turkey's perspective, and President Erdogan is in every opportunity he is doing, he is legitimizing the acts of Hamas. So from my perspective, it was not surprising. Of course, the normalization deals with UAE is also another important issue here, since Turkey and the UAE also engaged in a proxy war in Libya. So maybe you don't know, maybe you know, but the Turkish Airlines halted its flights from Istanbul to Dubai. And
I had heard that, yes.
For Mr. Erdogan, he needed an excuse to do that because of this ongoing war in Libya. He could not do that, so he used the normalization deal between the UAE and Israel as a good excuse. And it's very ironic because the Turks have an embassy here in Israel.
Right, they were slamming the UAE for establishing relations with Israel, while they continue to have diplomatic and very strong economic relations with Israel.
Indeed, and also I would also like to remind here another important incident that took place last week. When you're mentioning Hamas, according to the Daily Telegraph, the Turkish administration was accused that they are providing passports to the Hamas officials who are residing inside Turkey, which should also ring the alarm bells of the Israeli government.
Right, I want to be clear. The Palestinians from the Gaza Strip in there, Hamas officials getting Turkish passports so that they can more easily move around.
Yeah, but according to, the Turkish government is rejecting all of these claims, but I think Israel should take it very seriously.
I'm sure they're looking into it. Hi, Eytan Cohen Yanarocak. Always a pleasure to have you in the studio. Thank you.